Alrighty, y'all, the time has come. I am super stoked for this video. Guess what? We are finally taking a look at the Pinzgauer. Hope I'm saying that right. Please correct me down below if I'm wrong. Go easy on me, all right? But this is one of the main, I guess, like competitors, rivals, whatever, to the mighty Unimog. Now, as you know, I absolutely love that thing. I have a whole playlist on it. That vehicle is just amazing. It seems to do everything. It's very macho and tough and can just off-road with the best of them. It's such a beast. It's like a tractor that's also a truck and an army vehicle and a fire truck and you name it. Well, a lot of you have asked to see this because this is pretty competitive as well. This, I believe, hails from Austria and is a really, really fun vehicle as well. So let's take a look. This is from TFL Truck. It'll be linked in the description down below. These guys are awesome. Check them out if you like off-road stuff. They're out of Colorado here in the United States. So I guess this, I'm assuming this was filmed in the U.S. Maybe they went international. I'm not sure, but I'm excited. Here we go. Look at that. Whoa. Almost tipped it right over. That would have been a driver error, though. Look at that thing. Oh, wow. It's got that totally tough utilitarian look. It is different, though. Different than the Unimog. So, let's see. Get it dirty. Put it to work. Oh, look at that. Look at those wheels and suspension working over the rocks.
Tommy, you read me? You're gonna go slow down to the first river crossing just so we get some B-roll of the truck, okay?
That thing looks fun, man. Look at that, yeah.
Feeling the suspension work even at this mild off-road.
Looks like they're in for a wild ride. Yeah, I imagine this thing is super capable, but let's get real. It's probably not as comfortable as some, you know, air ride Cadillac or something, right? It's gonna be, you're gonna be feeling it, you know?
Unlike other vehicles,
very mechanical, I'm sure.
You almost don't have to pick a line with it. Just go straight over it.
That's awesome. This is so cool. By the way, this does look like Colorado, and I'm fairly certain that is a Colorado license plate right there. So this is in the U.S. Makes me a little jealous. Not gonna lie, that gives me hope though. Maybe I can find an Unimog or a Pinzgauer here in the U.S. Maybe I'll have one someday. That would be awesome. You never know.
I've had it for about a year and a half.
All right, now why'd you buy it?
Because they look like they're fun and fast off-road.
Hell yeah.
Younger, I wanted a Unimog, and I realized that they were slow.
There you go. I'd take either one, honestly.
I've been looking on eBay and the search Craigslist function that searches the whole country for years.
How do you find this in the U.S.?
Too far away or too expensive. Yeah. And I really wanted the van style, so one day saw it in Golden, which is only a half hour away. I went and bought it.
Wow. Wow, so he found this locally in Golden, Colorado, which is where they make Coors beer. So I guess there might be a few of these sprinkled around in the U.S. I suppose they could have just been imported at some point by someone, and they get tossed around here. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. Gives me hope. Damn, look at that thing. These are pretty... These aren't easy trails, but they're I'm sure this thing's capable of way more of this. But I will say, though they're on the easier side, there's still a lot of bumps, a lot of rocks, and he's not going slow. This is something I'd crawl in if you were, you know, in your daily drive or Jeep or Toyota or truck or something. You know, you wouldn't want to be flying over these because you can still break something. He's going pretty fast, and I think that thing's taking it really well. I'm pretty sure it's built tough.
Oh, it's totally different.
Oh, totally different than that 4Runner, I bet.
It feels like it has legs and will
Toyota 4Runner.
Anything, and the 4Runner just skitters and bounces over things. You can't go very fast.
Brief history on the Pinzgauer. The Pinzgauer, or Pins as the Brits called it, was developed in 1969 in Graz, Austria, also home of the Mercedes G-Wagon, by Steyr Daimler Puch. It was designed as a replacement for the Haflinger, a light off-road multi-purpose military vehicle. The first generation Pinzgauer, available in a 4x4 or 6x6 configuration, was produced by Steyr Daimler Puch in Graz, Austria for 29 years, from 1971 until 2000, when the company sold production rights to the UK-based BAE Systems.
So this is a Swiss Army?
It was an old Swiss Army radio truck.
Whoa.
A chassis where the engine and the suspension are all kind of
inside a big metal pipe.
Yeah.
And then just kind of comes down.
There's a hatch. What's this hatch about?
It locks into place, and this seat actually, you can unscrew it and kind of tilt it forward so you can actually just stand on the deck.
Oh my God, look at that.
The hatch actually comes in really handy when you're on your side too.
And you put it on your side once?
Yeah, once.
Yeah, and did you get out the hatch?
Yeah, it was really handy.
And talk to me about kind of the off-road worthiness of it. What makes it special? What does it have for off-road?
Well, four-wheel drive oriented, you can do everything on the fly. So you can put it in the four-wheel.
Let's get a look. Damn it. Okay, so this is not, a lot of this is not in English. Okay. But I can see that, obviously, neutral, route, terrain. We have the... Oh, I think these might be differential locks down here. Yeah. And does this have a center locking diff? Oh my God, these are awesome. And I'm assuming this looks like it's manual transmission, which is really cool. I love that. Reverse. So it's okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's different. That's a little different shift pattern that I'm used to. But that's really neat.
So you can put it into four-wheel drive with this lever.
Okay.
Lock the rear differential with this lever. Lock the front differential with this lever.
Wow.
And down here, which you can't see, is a little knob that does the high-low for which you can
okay.
also do on the fly. Well, it has the portal hubs, which give you a lot of clearance even with normal.
It does have tons of clearance because I learned, growing up when I got into off-roading that it doesn't matter how much you lift your truck. You can have the body way, like 8 feet off the ground if you want it. But if your axles are sitting low, you're going to get hung up and you're going to get stuck, and that's going to look kind of embarrassing, right? So, no, this thing has it where it counts. It doesn't matter how tall this thing is. It sits high off the ground down below. So this thing has tons of clearance. That's more than you would have in basically any, regular vehicle. You can see how the hubs over here and the wheels, and then whoosh, the axle's way up here. That is such a cool design. It looks very durable as well. Everything looks very heavy duty. But then again, as I said, you get so much clearance. This thing would almost be like unstoppable, man.
Size tires, like those are the same size tires as on my 4Runner.
How about power steering, power brakes, any of that good stuff?
No. So
all
it's this.
So
when I first got it, if I went out for a long day,
that's your power steering.
Sore for days. The engine's under here. You can actually see it a tiny bit under this little thing where you can add oil.
Oh, wow.
There's the air intake and the carbs under there. It's a straight 4, like 2.5 liter air cooled. On the highway, if it's flat, you can maybe go 60 or 65, but it gets super loud. So headlights, fan. This turns on the auxiliary gas heater.
Wow.
No. It did once, maybe.
All right, so what's your favorite thing about the Pinzgauer?
Driving it really fast off-road at speeds that kind of astonish people.
Yeah? Well, you're a WRC racer at heart.
Yeah, I imagine this thing could do
In total, the company
rally.
produced over 20,000 first-generation Pinzgauers and sold them to both civilian and military buyers. However, the Pinzgauer was mainly used as a military vehicle in Austria, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom.
Wow.
Its military background is a testament to the Pinzgauer's utilitarian design and off-road capability. The smaller 4x4 version carries 10 passengers and can tow over 11,000 pounds on the road and 4,000 pounds off-road.
Impressive.
One of the more surprising things about this is just how big it is on the inside, right?
Yeah.
It's got a really short wheelbase. I mean, it's probably the size of like a Wrangler 4-door.
Maybe it's shorter. Yeah, so it has these
yeah, it does look very
curtains.
very big inside, right? Lots of utility. And like you said, it's not terribly big on the outside, but it really is big on the inside. It's crazy.
It's got like little desk lamps.
What kind of fuel economy are you getting on the highway and then off-roading?
If one was just to drive around on the road without going off-road, you can maybe get 16 or 17 miles per gallon.
Not terrible.
When you bought this, how much was it?
I got it for $13,000.
Yeah, but you had to put some work into it, right?
Just having it gone over and fixing up one of those portal hubs. I put about $7,000 into it, so now it's maybe a $20,000 truck.
That can go.
You know, that's not terrible, just because, to me, it's a lot. I tend to spend barely anything on cars. I love vehicles, you know, cars and trucks, but I hate spending money on them. I think that's probably synonymous with a lot of people, but that's a little much. Like, dang it, I wish it was less than that, but I get it. It's probably more than fair. And to be fair, 20 grand for a awesome, like, army truck that is old school and durable as hell. It has portal axles and could go anywhere. It is very unique, especially here in the United States. It's worth every penny. And especially when you compare that to a brand new Jeep Wrangler or a brand new Toyota 4Runner or a brand new truck, you know, like a GMC Sierra or a Ram Rebel or something, you know, these trucks are $80,000, $90,000 over here in the States. They've gotten so out of hand. They're so expensive. So this thing is, to be frank, more capable. Yeah, it's not as comfortable, but it's a fun toy. And again, we're talking $15,000, $20,000 maybe. It's a good deal in nowadays money, which is, it's crazy, you know?
Pretty much anywhere. And you said originally you wanted to get a Unimog. Are you still jonesing for one of those, or are you,
no.
Are you a Pinzgauer guy now?
No, they look slow and too big.
I don't know. I still love the Unimog, and I think it might just be a little, like, bigger and maybe tougher. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about either of them. If you guys want to start that war in the comments down below on which one you like better or which one you think is better, be my guest. But I'm liking this so far, and I would take this. I would take either one. Let's put it that way.
How did it take you? It's, you know, it's got that cab forward design where you're sitting kind of over the front wheels, so you're kind of, you know, you're kind of cantilevered forward. How did it take you to get used to driving that? It's kind of a weird feeling, you know, if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
On the road, you get used to it really quick, but off-road, if you're like going down into some pit or something, it was really scary because it's like just face first.
Yeah, of course the downside is that the crash zone is your feet, right?
Well, come on, guys. Yeah, I mean, this is not a 5-star crash test, you know, brand new Volvo with, you know, 30 airbags in it. Of course not. You know, hopefully you're just safe and you don't drive this, you know, every day of your life. You don't drive it far. You know, I don't think most people are worried too much about the crash tests or whatever. But, you know, it's a cool vehicle.
Just showing the camera. So there's the camera. That's the underneath.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool.
That's a cool setup. Okay.
Pinzgauer's payload is 2,200 pounds in the 4x4 version or 3,300 pounds in the 6x6.
Wow.
It has a range of 249 miles with the standard 20-gallon fuel tank, or if you upgrade to the optional 33-gallon fuel tank, a range of 435 miles.
Nice.
In total, the Pinzgauer has 13.2 inches of ground clearance when fully loaded with people and equipment. It can ford water crossings up to 27.6 inches deep. It has an approach angle of 38 degrees and a departure angle of 45 degrees.
Great.
The Pinzgauer is capable of hauling people and equipment basically anywhere they're needed.
Now, the only thing, if I could gripe about something, is the fuel capacity is a little low for what I would have expected, just because my pickup truck, you know, is 30 years old, pickup truck, and that has a 25-gallon tank, and then, of course, my old 95 Chevy Suburban, big SUV based on a pickup truck, of course, that has a 42-gallon tank. So a little small, but other than that, you know, not a big deal. I mean, this thing's a beast. It's really cool. What a cool story for this American here. Now, if you're watching this somewhere in Europe, honestly anywhere, Asia, Africa, Australia, New Zealand, do you guys see these? I mean, a lot of people mentioned that, you know, especially like in Europe and in Australia, you guys do see Unimogs quite often, and you can even buy them secondhand and all these things. Is this the same story for this? Are these, you know, just as common, or are they a little more rare?
Another thing you learn with the Pinzgauer is to let it drive itself and don't hold the steering wheel very tight or very hard, because it can, like, sometimes go nuts and, like, break your elbow or something.
Yeah, that's kind of synonymous with old trucks. You just kind of, you're along for the ride. You let them guide you.
You know, Land Rover says as slow as possible, as fast as necessary. I think Pinzgauer
says hammer down before you tip over.
As fast as possible. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.
Well, there you go. That was a interesting review. There's much more to learn because we did a lot of Unimog videos, and there's still more to come with that. Don't worry. But I still, obviously, this is just scratching the surface. I would like to do more on this Pinzgauer and, you know, what varieties they had, some different terrains in different countries, and, of course, you know, maybe some head-to-head matchups or something. And, of course, would love to hear your thoughts on this. The Unimog videos have been doing really, really excellent. I couldn't be happier, and I hope these do as well. Like I said, do you like this better? Do you like the Unimog better? What do you know about this that you think I should know? I'm all ears. Throw a like on there if you enjoyed this, and of course subscribe to be part of this amazing community. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.